allergic to peaches.
That the housekeeper is allergic to peaches.
Right, yes.
Because Dahai is like, I want peaches, but we're not allowed to have them in this house because Moon Guang is deathly allergic to them. So they're
like scraping off the peach fuzz.
Yeah. So he is sitting there with like a razor blade, scraping the peach fuzz off and putting it in this little glass vial. And then one day while he's leaving the house, he just kind of walks past her and taps it out. Like, he's, tap, tap, and then just walks on. And then the next day, and just that little bit of peach fuzz, you couldn't even see it in the air probably.
Right.
All that was enough to set her off. So the next day, Mr. Kim
yes.
sees her in the hospital, and he
goes there on
purpose,
yes.
but he pretends later, oh, I just saw her at the hospital.
He's like, I was just taking a selfie for my wife, and
like the selfie of him is like half of his face.
Yes,
and he shows this to Mrs. Park, and is like, isn't that your housekeeper there in the hospital?
He's like, I don't want to start trouble, but if she's sick, there's other people in this family.
Now, what I thought was crazy was while he's telling this story to Mrs. Park, it cuts to him in his little apartment, literally practicing a script.
And that is kind of what made me go, man, this screenplay is amazing. They're going over the script, and then it's playing out, and I thought that scene was amazing.
Yeah, because he's sitting there acting out, and then Kevin's like, well, Dad, you need to dial it back a bit. You need to he's
Kevin getting overexcited.
He's directing his dad.
I love that scene.
That was great. Yeah. So Mr. Kim says he overheard the housekeeper say that she has tuberculosis. And then he's like, oh, it's so terrible that she's still working in a house with a child like the song. So now Jessica is at the Park household when Dad is driving back with Mrs. Park, and she sprinkles some more peach dust on the housekeeper, and she starts coughing again.
Yeah, because he tells them that they're about to be home, so she knows to do it right there to get her coughing.
So, and she throws a tissue in the trash, and this was also genius because earlier while they're scheming, they're eating pizza from the place that they were folding boxes for, and they're putting hot sauce on the pizza, and this hot sauce looks just like blood.
Right.
So he takes one of these packets of hot sauce out of his pocket and squirts it on that napkin, and then holds it up for Mrs. Park to see. So it looks like this poor woman is coughing up blood.
So this woman who's been there since they've been there as a family, and these new people have already... That's showing how gullible she is. That they've already convinced her all these people are bad.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
She has to dismiss her because she's sick, but she tells her husband that she quit.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know why.
I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, that may be like one of the only plot holes here. I don't know.
No, I don't think so, because this actually, well, yeah, I guess it does. But then again, she's taking care of the family. She does everything. Yeah. She came up with the reason the driver quit. He doesn't really question her that much. So.
Right, but then like after she leaves, or after the housekeeper leaves, quote unquote, we see just how inept the mother is at doing any kind of housekeeping or cleaning or anything. She's just terrible at it. And Mr. Park knows this. So like,
but before that, though, when he's talking about the housekeeper, this is when you get your first clue as to what's coming in the second half. Though. Right. Because he says, she never crossed the line. She always did everything perfectly. Her only fault was she ate too much. It seemed like she was eating for two. Oh,
holy shit.
Did you not catch that?
I did not catch that.
Yeah, he said that's what he's telling Mr. Kim while they're driving. He's like, I don't know why she'd quit. She never crossed the line. The only problem is she ate. It always seemed like she was eating for two people.
Wow.
So yeah, that's your first clue as to what's coming in the second half.
Yes, foreshadowing.
Yes, and then Mr. Kim gives him the business card for the care.
Yeah.
Because it's showing, like you said, Miss Park going through not being able to handle food, dishes.
Yeah, and Mr. Kim is bullshitting like Mr. Park saying, "Oh well, I passed up a job with this really nice company, this really professional company to take this job with you," and Mr. Park's like, "Oh wow, I won't forget that." Right. So like even Mr. Park's pretty gullible too.
Yeah. Because they printed up a good looking business card. Yeah. Because I remember when I first watched, I was like, "Is that bone?" This is what I always think when I see a bone.
Eggshell. Was eggshell one of them? Did you see? Sorry, little side note. Did you see that video that came out a few years ago where they did that scene from American Psycho, except they were exchanging Pokemon cards?
Yes. I think you sent it to me or tagged me in it somewhere or something. Yes.
That was great. Now, this at one point during this scene, Mr. Kim or Mrs. Kim says that her daughter would make a great con artist. I'm like, if she's not a con artist already, what the hell is she? But now the whole Kim family is working at the household, the Park household. The Song, being the little weirdo that he is, walks through and he starts smelling Mr. Kim and then smelling Mrs. Kim, and he says they all smell the same.
Right.
And